Do you have closure around your career?
I do now, but it took a while to get there.
But you forget about these amazing players that have been entertaining fans for literally 2 decades. Jamal Crawford is one of the most special, one of the most unique players that this game has seen.
In his generation, Jamal Crawford was one of the most entertaining players to watch. He has entertained us for 2 decades with his amazing plays and highlights. But unfortunately for him, the way his NBA career ended was out of his hands. Here's what happened.
You score 51 points, and then the next year, you're not on an NBA roster. How is that possible?
It's awful, Jay. And this is the thing for me. I win Teammate of the Year before. I go to Phoenix. At first, we're trying to win. They say we're trying to win. We're trying to make the playoffs. I had 51 points in my last game. I averaged 31. That was my highest scoring month of my career. I'm 39 years old. I did off the bench, 31.6 assists. I can't even get a minimum job. I just won Teammate of the Year. So you can't question my character. I couldn't figure out the answer. I had my highest scoring month of my career. I averaged 31 for the month of April.
Wow.
31.6 assists off the bench, and we won half the games, and we didn't win shit that year. I averaged 31.6 assists in the last game. I get 51 and 5 off the bench. I just won Teammate of the Year. I'm like, oh, I know I'm gonna get a deal. I'm not saying I'm gonna get anything above minimum, but I know I'm gonna get a contract.
Yes.
I get nothing. And so I went through moments of depression. Like, damn, I couldn't even watch basketball. Bro, I couldn't even watch. As much as I love basketball, I couldn't even watch basketball for a year and a half. And then the bubble happened. And I came back for that. And that's a whole nother story, but I hadn't played in 16 months or whatever. Couldn't understand why I was not getting a call. I didn't understand it. And all these same teams, why don't you come be a coach? Why don't you come run the front office? I'm like, oh, so you respect my mind, you respect that, but you just don't want me on the court. And that part messed me up, and it took me a while to get there. And then I had to be really reflective. I'm like, okay, if God said you have to go out, this is the best way I can send you out. Because, obviously he knew. And I think what it is I think when you've had a following for a long time and you go to a team, that fan base is gonna wanna see you. And that could be kind of a distraction for a team that's trying to grow young people.
Interesting.
And it took me a while to get to that point, right?
Interesting.
So if my name was Jamal Johnson and I was, just the same vet, maybe I get signed. With the same credentials, maybe I get signed. But if I'm me and I have some type of following and people want to, no, put him in the game, it could be a distraction. Let me give you a window into the world they can't see. The days you're training every single day, not knowing a call is gonna come. The days you're in the gym by yourself, the battles you're playing, where you don't know, like, then you may make 1,000 shots a day and be like, what the fuck am I doing this for? The mental games that go into it, running the extra sprints, running the extra miles, not knowing that there's some on the other side, but if there is some on the other side, you gotta be ready for it. Like, there's so many of those moments where it's like, man, I'm fighting a ghost right now. And that wears at you and it tears, like, man, I'm done with this. And that, for me, honestly, that's where it came to. And it was like, you know what? I'm tired of somebody else having the control of my life of when I can play or not.
When you talk about 6th man of the year, there were people that were like, hey, this is everything that a 6th man is supposed to be. So from the bottom of my heart, a person that competed against them, I just want to say, one, congratulations on retirement, but also congratulations on an amazing career.